Hello all, welcome to this third lesson of this course called Solve Aptitude Problem Easily. In this lesson, I am going to solve the problem that was given as an assignment in the second lesson. Now, let's get started. Let me repeat the question once again. This is a story about a painter and his three assistants. In this story, the main painter does house painting by visiting different houses. He always takes his three assistants along with him to help him in painting the buildings. One fine day, he gets a call from the king's palace for getting the palace painted and decorated for an annual celebration. The main painter, along with his three assistants, completes the painting work of the palace within 3 days very neatly. As a reward, the king offers the main painter a bag full of gold coins worth various denominations. The main painter decides to distribute a few coins to his three assistants who helped him in the painting work. That night, before he goes to bed, the main painter kept aside a few coins with denomination 5 for the distribution. He called his three assistants and told them that they have to share these coins equally among the three of the assistants. That is, 1/3 of the total coins to each. As it was too late in the night, he told them to divide the coins in the morning. Unable to wait till the morning, the first assistant got up in the middle of the night and picked up his share from the total number of coins, that is 1/3 of the total quantity. An hour later, the second assistant got up and, thinking that he was the first to take his share of the coins, took what he considered as his share, that is 1/3 of the remaining quantity. Another hour later, the third assistant got up and took his share of coins, thinking that he was the first to take the share, that is 1/3 of the remaining part. Obviously, we now know that some more coins were still left in the bag. In the morning, the main painter found the reduced number of coins and quickly realized as to what would have happened. He knew that the second and the third assistants should get some more coins to make it a fair deal among all the three assistants. He counted the coins that were left out in the bag and distributed to the second assistant and the third assistant whatever was due to them. Now, the question goes like this. In this last distribution, if the third assistant received 15 coins, then how many coins were kept aside by the main painter for distribution in the beginning? Hope you understood the question very well. If not, read the question once again before proceeding to the next slide. This problem can be solved both using conventional method as well as lateral thinking method. I am going to solve this problem first by using conventional approach and later show you how to solve the same problem using lateral thinking method based on assumption technique. So, are you ready? Come on, let's start. Before starting to solve this problem, I want to give you a small warning. When going through this video, while I am solving this problem using conventional approach, you might feel like banging your head on the wall. But please don't do it. Everyone initially goes through the same stage as yours. So don't worry. Be with me till the end of this video, because once I complete solving the problem using conventional method, I will show you how to solve the same problem using lateral thinking method more easily. So let me first solve this problem using conventional method. Hope you will be there with me till the end. Having said that, let's start. In conventional method, that is, while solving this problem in a systematic approach, you may consider an unknown value n as the number of coins that the painter would have kept apart to distribute to his assistants. Therefore, n is the value that we have to find out by solving this problem. Therefore, from the problem statement we had earlier, if all the three assistants were to be given equal share, then each assistant must have received n by 3 coins as their individual share of coins, isn't it? But that did not happen, because as the story says, each assistant took their share all by themselves from the total quantity one after the other. So let's recall and see what happened with each of the assistants. The first assistant took 1/3 of the share from the total coins of n. In this case, the first assistant gets his full share, that is, he gets n by 3 coins. So it is very evident that there is no reduction in the number of coins he had to receive because he was the first one to take the share. To calculate the remaining coins after this transaction, subtract the number of coins taken by the first assistant from the total number of coins that the main painter had initially kept aside for distribution. That is, the remaining coins left out after this transaction is n minus n by 3, which is equal to 2n by 3 coins. Therefore, now the remaining coins left in the bag is 2n by 3. It's now the turn of the second assistant. As per the problem statement, the second assistant did not know that the first assistant had already taken his share. Thinking that the remaining 2n by 3 coins to be the original number of coins kept aside by the main painter, he decides to take 1/3 of his share from the left out of 2n by 3 coins. That is, the second assistant takes 1 by 3 multiplied by 2n by 3, which results in 2n by 9 coins. So it is easily understood that the second assistant got lesser number of coins than what he had to actually receive. To calculate the remaining coins, subtract the number of coins taken by the second assistant from the leftover coins after the first assistant's transaction. Therefore, the number of coins left out after the second assistant's transaction is 2n by 3 minus 2n by 9, which is equal to 4n by 9. I hope you could follow what I am saying. Now, let me give you a very important information. If you have gone wrong in this problem while solving this problem earlier, when I had given you this problem as an assignment, then you would have gone wrong in this step related to the second assistant's transaction. With my experience of interviewing candidates, I have noticed that this is the step majority of the students go wrong while solving this problem. That is, most of the students subtract 1n by 3 from 2n by 3 instead of subtracting 2n by 9 from 2n by 3. They subtract 1 by 3 because they think the second assistant has taken 1/3 of coins from the original set of coins. And that's wrong. The fact is that, I repeat, the second assistant took 1/3 from the remaining coins that were left out from the first assistant's transaction. And that is 1/3 of 2n by 3, which results in 2n by 9 and not 1n by 3. And by such wrong analysis, the whole solution goes wrong, and you would have wasted a lot of time. Now, having said that, let's proceed further to the third assistant's transaction. We know that now, after the second assistant's transaction, the leftover coins are 4n by 9 coins. As per the problem statement, the third assistant did not know that the first and second assistants have already taken their shares. Thinking 4n by 9 was the original number of coins kept aside by the main painter, the third assistant decides to take 1/3 of his share from the leftover coins of 4n by 9. That is, the third assistant takes 1/3 of 4n by 9 coins, which is nothing but 1 by 3 multiplied by 4n by 9, which will result in 4n by 27 coins. It means the third assistant gets 4n by 27 coins. Again, it is easily understood that the third assistant gets less number of coins than what he had to actually receive compared to first assistant and the second assistant. To calculate the remaining coins after this transaction, subtract the number of coins taken by the third assistant from the leftover coins after the second assistant's transaction. That is, the number of coins left out after third assistant's transaction is 4n by 9 minus 4n by 27, which is equal to 8n by 27. Hope you could follow the calculations till now. If not, pause this video and try to solve yourself once again. You will definitely understand. If you have done that, now let's proceed further. If you have understood the problem statement clearly, then you must have definitely understood that the second assistant and the third assistant would have got lesser coins than what they had to actually get. It means actually the second assistant must have received n by 3 coins, but he received just 2n by 9 coins, whereas the third assistant received 4n by 27 coins instead of n by 3 coins. I hope things are clear till here. The problem statement says that after understanding what has happened in the previous night, the main painter distributes the remaining coins to both the second and the third assistant to make it a fair deal. As the last transaction, the main painter gives 15 coins to the third assistant to make his fair deal. It means to make sure that the third assistant receives the exact share of n by 3 coins, the main painter had to give 15 coins to the third assistant. This brings us to an expression 4n by 27 plus 15 equal to n by 3. It means adding 15 coins to whatever the third assistant has taken, that is 4n by 27 coins, will make it n by 3. Or the same expression can also be written as n by 3 minus 4n by 27 equal to 15. That means subtracting whatever the third assistant has taken, that is 4n by 27, from what he had to actually receive, that is n by 3, must result in 15 coins. Isn't it? Hope you could understand the above analysis. If not, I would request you to rewind and listen to whatever I said once again. So, the only unknown in this expression is n, and it's quite easy to calculate once we arrive at these expressions. Further evaluating it, we get 9n minus 4n the whole divided by 27 equal to 15, which is nothing but n is equal to 27 multiplied by 3, and therefore we get the value of n as 81 coins. Therefore, the total number of coins initially kept aside by the main painter for distribution among all the 3 assistants were 81 coins. Congratulations, you have got your answer. Now, though we have got the final answer, did you observe the kind of scribble work that was needed to arrive at the final answer? This much of process in solving this problem would have definitely fetched you 10 marks in university or academic exams. But in aptitude tests, where time is very crucial, this approach will not fetch you scores. Though this approach is initially a nice idea to get a hold of the problem, you must quickly try to switch over to lateral thinking method. Lateral thinking method will help you solve problems quickly within seconds. Now, the next question is how to solve this problem using lateral thinking method, isn't it? Let's start it. Before getting into solving this problem using lateral thinking method, I would recommend you to get into experiment mode. Experiments are the foundations of lateral thinking approach. As you have already solved this problem using conventional approach, and also you have got a final expression or a formula from conventional approach for solving this problem, start experimenting with different values for the number of coins given to the third assistant. For example, in this problem, that is in the earlier problem statement, the number of coins given were 15. And with 15 as the value, we could figure out that the n value is 81. Isn't it? Now, start thinking and calculating for different values like 25, 10, 12, etc. and you will definitely arrive at some mind-blowing conclusions. For example, if the number of coins were 25 instead of 15, then substituting in the formula 9n minus 4n the whole divided by 27 equal to 25 would have given us the value of n as 135. Similarly, if the number of coins were 10 instead of 15, then substituting in the formula 9n minus 4n the whole divided by 27 equal to 10 would have given us the value of n as 54. But if the number of coins were 12 instead of 15, then substituting in the formula 9n minus 4n the whole divided by 27 equal to 12 would have resulted in a value of n as some fractional value. This fractional value is not possible because in our given problem statement, the number of coins kept aside by the main painter for distribution was a definite number of coins. Therefore, we can easily rule out this option. This is the beauty of experimenting with numbers. Therefore, after experimenting and evaluating with 3 or 4 values, you can conclude the following. First, the total number of coins in the beginning is a multiple of 27. Second, the coins given by the main painter to the third assistant has to be a multiple of 5 in order to have a fair division without any coins being left out. Isn't it? Experimenting and evaluating like this will help you judge the problem and arrive at the root cause of the problem immediately, and you will be much prepared to solve more such kind of problems in the future. Now, if you want to solve the same problem using lateral thinking method, then you must start with an assumption. Understand that assumptions of values are not easy. They come with lots of practice. That is the reason I suggest you in the previous lesson that start solving problems initially using conventional approach and slowly and gradually move to lateral thinking approach. That will make you feel better, and also you won't quit preparing for aptitude tests. Okay, now let's start with a simple assumption. Let us assume that the initial coins kept aside were 27. In that case, each assistant must have got 9 coins to make it as a fair deal, isn't it? But based on the story, the first assistant takes one third of the total coins, which is 9 coins out of 27 coins, leaving behind 18 coins. The second assistant takes one third of 18 coins, which is 6 coins, leaving behind 12 coins. The third assistant takes one third of 12 coins, which is 4 coins, leaving behind 8 coins. As you can see in this example, the second and third assistants have got lesser number of coins compared to the first assistant. With this assumption of 27 coins, we know that on similar lines to the original problem statement, the main painter has to give the third assistant extra 5 coins to make it 9 coins, so that all 3 assistants will get the same number of coins, isn't it? Now, this is where you have to use your brains. In this assumption problem, assuming that initially 27 coins were kept aside for distribution, the main painter had to give 5 coins extra to the third assistant to make it a fair deal. But in the real problem statement that was given earlier to you, the main painter had given 15 coins to the third assistant to make it a fair deal. This means that the main painter gave 3 times more the coins than that were assumed in the assumption problem. From the above analysis, we can easily get to know that in our assumption problem, if 5 coins added extra will make it to the total of 27 coins, then in our real problem, the main painter has added 15 coins. It means 3 times of 5 from our assumption problem. It directly means we can easily get to know that the initial coins in our real problem statement were nothing but 27 multiplied by 3, which makes it 81 coins. And we have our answer ready. That is 81 coins. I know you will be slightly confused, and that is normal. So don't worry. Rewind this video, listen to me carefully, watch the slide in detail and visualize once again. I bet you will definitely appreciate this assumption technique. Hope after rewinding the video you could understand the problem analysis. So assumptions of values are to be mastered while trying to learn lateral thinking approach. This comes only by continuous practice. Once you have practiced and mastered the lateral thinking approach to solve mathematical problems, then people will be amazed at how easily you are able to solve problems. It is like watching Usain Bolt setting the world record for running 100-meter race at just 9.68 seconds. Please note, it is said that Usain Bolt has practiced and failed for several straight years as a runner before winning his first international title. So for those who don't know Usain Bolt, here is some quick information about him. Usain Bolt is a Jamaican former sprinter widely considered to be the greatest sprinter of all time. He is a world record holder for several times and has won Olympic gold medals 19 times in the 100 meters, 200 meters and 4 into 100 meters relay. That's amazing, isn't it? Similarly, if you too can practice lateral thinking for a long time, it becomes your second nature. As said in the first lesson, the first step towards becoming good at problem solving is you must drop using calculating devices for calculations that you encounter in your daily life. Start using your God-gifted calculator called brain. That is what I would like to tell you if you wish to improve your lateral thinking approach towards solving problems. That's all for this lesson, and I hope you enjoyed this lesson. And if you're watching this on YouTube, then please do not forget to like, subscribe and click on the bell icon so that you don't miss out on any of my new updates on aptitude and problem solving. Having said that, meet you in the next lesson. Until then, take care. Bye bye. Love you all so much.